Tonight, the CRS Championship heads to Rudskogen, one of the most difficult tracks on the schedule, featuring elevation changes, challenging corners, and plenty of opportunities for mistakes. Let's see who can conquer Norway's premier racing circuit. I'm DLB TV. Unfortunately, Howie is not in the booth tonight. He had other things he needed to do, so I'm going to be bringing it solo. Rolling off the grid in position number 1 is Bradis, and Lincoln Voigt will be followed on the outside of the front row. Returning this league will be Thomas Beltman. As we're running the starting grid, I'm going to talk a little bit about that because Thomas Beltman has not been showing up. He hasn't showed up to the last race. He missed another one. Thomas Beltman races in real life, and he was not able to make it. That essentially took him out of the championship hunt. As far as we are concerned, it appears he may be out. But Thomas Beltman, being the machine he is, I'm sure he's going to come back and be ready to strike and continue his championship momentum. Avery Mendoza will be rolling off the grid in the 4th position. Samuel Sagui, position number 5. He has been dominant this season. He has just taken the points lead. He's now the championship pick. One mistake here tonight could put that in jeopardy. We're going to watch the lineup continue to roll here, and it's going to be exciting race. Donnie Moffitt rolling off in the 7th position. Logan Wilson also position number 9. Now let me talk a little bit about this track. Rudskogen is widely regarded as Norway's premier racing circuit, known for its dynamic elevation changes and challenging corners. This track has tested drivers from touring cars to Formula 4 for decades. Tonight, the CRS Sim Racing Championships takes on one of the most demanding circuits on the schedule. This could be the game changer. This is round number 6. Welcome to round 6 of the CRS Sim Racing Championship. There's 8 rounds in this season. Next up will be Sebring. But with the championship battle heating up, we know anything can change any week. So keep that in mind. The big storyline going into this race is the championship battle. Pay attention to the front runners as Sagui is going to try to seal the deal and hopefully clinch the championship in the next coming weeks. I'm excited to see the Thomas Beltman return. This guy came so close to winning the championship last season. This season is his redemption tour. Can he get it done and be victorious and finally seal the deal, winning his championship? As I said earlier, Bradis starting on the pole. He has been winless this season. He has one of the most creative paint schemes out here on the track. Definitely a part of the meme culture. But Bradis is a driver that I feel can snap at any point this season and start winning races. Will tonight be the night that he finally makes that happen? We're approaching grid up here as we have plenty of storylines headed into this race. Rudskogen is a track that is filled with danger, filled with opportunity, filled with challenges. Bradis knows best as he is about to take the green from pole position. 45 minutes of racing. Remember, there'll be one pit stop in today's race. Everyone will have to pit. We have yet again another huge field as everyone is ready to rock and roll here from Rudskogen. If you're Bradis, I think you need to fire off, get away quick, be smart, use your head, and make sure you protect that race car at all costs if you want a shot at the win, let alone the championship. There is no room for error from here on out. We have gridded up, and Round number 6 of CRS is green. As here's the second position, did not fire off. Lincoln Voigt did not go. He stalled the race car. He went from second to last almost immediately. Here comes Daniel Zaghi with contact. Door slamming one another. We got the sky-high view here as the action is picking up. Alan Robertson trying to pounce on the 4th position already. If you're Zaghi, he knows this championship is his, but he has to survive in that M&M's machine. Side by side, Matthew trying to pounce on Donnie Moffitt. Matthew going to work here. What an angle as we see him on the wheel, trying to make it rotate. As I said, this is a very challenging track. A lot of S's, a lot of elevation, a lot of danger. I'm not too sure if we're going to survive lap number 1 without issues. Here is Noelle Dean. I always talk about her in these races. She'll always qualify around 10th to 15th and always drive her way to the front. Noelle Dean designs her own paint schemes. She's a very talented iRacing graphics designer, iRacing artist. She has a beautiful pink, black, and white machine for that car number 205. A lot of storylines in this event. She's making it work so far. Here is Thomas Bellman. We talked about it. He missed 2 races this season. If he can't win the championship, he wants to make sure that he can win the race. And he's closing the gap, trying to find his way around Brightus. We have seen him every race play it out smart. He'll run behind the leaders for multiple laps, try and make the move in the final 10 minutes. You never know what Thomas Bellman has up his sleeve in that Gobblers Racing machine for Virginia Tech. It looked like he was about ready to pounce and make a move there. He thought better of it. Brightus under control, 42 minutes remaining. A couple drivers moving through the field. I want to talk about Joseph Saddington in position number 18. He is the youngest driver in the field in the Bitcoin racing car, only 13 years old. And he is bringing the skills to his competitors right now. Back up front, Brightus has the race under control as he's making it work. What a paint scheme. Definitely a fan favorite car right there. I always asked him about his creative paint schemes, and he just loves to distract the field with some of these, and that's exactly what he's doing as he's leading right now. I think we'd all love to see Brightus finally pull up a win and be victorious in CRS. Will tonight be the night that he can make that dream happen? It appears Thomas Bellman is not cutting him any slack all over his rear bumper. He says if you want to win this race, you are going to have to earn it. Donnie Moffitt in the 720 machine. His luck has been up and down all season. A lot of podiums, but also a lot of crashes to end these races. He has learned from every single one of them and has only gotten stronger throughout the season. He's going to pick up a position there and move up to 5th. Bellman all over the rear bumper of Brightus, trying to make it work right now. So much talent through the field. Here's some action picking up. Lincoln Voigt, I talked about him at the beginning. He's qualified in the 2nd position. For whatever reason, he did not go. His car was stalled, almost like he either couldn't get out of neutral, couldn't get up to his gears. Look at this, start door slamming, making contact. You're going to see Lincoln Voigt be the veteran here, back it down and decide, I need to drive my way to the front. Never mind, he has escaped the bumper to the 21 of Trevor Thompson. Tempers are getting hot here. Noelle Dean doesn't want any part of this, but she's trying to pounce on her competition. Side by side, Dean underneath Matthew. Almost contact. It has been a very clean race so far. Doesn't appear there has been any incidences as everyone is giving it their full effort. Potentially at the most dangerous track. We are seeing some of the cleanest racing all season. Noel Dean looking to pull off another top 10 run here tonight. A couple drivers I do want to focus on. Samuel Sagui and Donnie Moffitt running in the 4th and 5th position. I really feel like they are going to have something for the leaders come the end. Right now, it's all about playing the strategy. You can see they're not letting the leader get away. And that has been the big thing all season. We have seen race after race. We have seen Sagui, Moffitt, Bellman, and Brightus almost run away. That has been the strong four every single race. If you could bet on any four drivers to win, these would be the four you would always put in the hat. But obviously, Thomas Bellman being the most winning driver in the CRS Sim Racing Championship history, he's always the pick to win. He always shows up fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying, fastest in the race. The biggest thing about Thomas Bellman, he's very calculated. He knows when to pounce, he knows when to make the move, he knows when to play the strategy, he knows when to force the aggression and when to save the fuel and when to show your cards. Right now, he's not showing his cards. He's showing that he has the pace to keep up with Brightus, and that's all he's wanting the field to see right now. I'd be very shocked if he does pounce before the halfway marker. I believe he's just going to roll it in here, stay glued to his back bumper. What he's trying to do is break away from the field. Make this race a two-car breakaway, where at least if he doesn't win, he'll finish in the 2nd position. We're going to see Brightus go a little wide right there, trying to use every inch of this racetrack. Now, Thomas Bellman does have a teammate. He's running in the 12th position. That's Cameron McLean, also driving for Gobbler. Gobbler is such a dominant team in the series. It's ran by Riley Haig, a real-life CRS driver. He was a wheelman at Road Atlanta a couple weeks ago for round number 1 of the real CRS series, making some wild passes in the grass at one point. I think we are going to see Riley Haig jump into the sim racing division at some point. He hasn't been ready to show his face yet in the series, but when he joins, I'm sure he's going to bring the competition to the field. 37 minutes remaining. Avery Mendoza running 3rd right now, showing he has some pace. Looking to his inside is Sagui, but Sagui's not going to force the issue yet. He's going to run a little wide through there. Sagui's looking more aggressive. He's looking to be the most aggressive out of the front four currently. I wouldn't count Sagui out of this. Another driver I wouldn't count out of it, Lincoln Voigt. I mean, he has been charging since they dropped the green. Here's Cameron McLean, driver for Gobbler. And here is Lincoln Voigt in the 14 machine, running 8th, as he's looking to get around Trevor Thompson. These two had a run-in earlier as Lincoln got into his rear bumper, and he is not giving him an inch right now. Voigt says, I won't buy, I'm faster, I made a mistake early on, and I'm trying to make up for it. Voigt definitely putting in the work. He's going to find his way to the inside of Trevor Thompson. He's going to have a bumper in. Will Trevor roll over for him? I don't know. He's going to try out-brake him. You've seen how late the brake lights lit up. Slide job, and he's clear. Put Voigt up to the 7th position. We know he has pace to go win this race, but does he have the time to get all the way to the front? I feel like he can't waste it here, getting around some of these guys. Look at him hopping these curbs, being aggressive, trying to show he is the car to beat. He wants to be up there with these top 4. He doesn't want to let them get away, but unfortunately, he's over 4 seconds off currently, and he has reeled in Alan Robertson almost immediately. Voigt is moving on this racetrack right now. One of the fastest cars on the track. Gaining time. You see him, he's locked in. Look at how much he's gaining on the entry of these corners. I think he's going to make quick work of Alan Robertson very, very, very soon. I don't think he's going to waste a lot of time with him. I think as soon as he gets to him, he's going to find his way around him. It's a matter of time. 35 minutes remaining in the CRS Sim Racing Championship round number 6. This is Season 2 of 2026. We will be looking at Season 3 approaching as early as November. Some fun tracks we will have on that schedule is going to be Road Atlanta, is going to be Homestead Miami, and Daytona will also be returning. That's the 3 tracks I will confirm for you guys. As you know, in CRS, I always throw at you the most creative schedules I can to bring you the action. We see the windshield wipers going off here on Samuel Sagi. He must feel his windshield is getting a little dirty there as he's tracking in the tires of Avery Mendoza. Sagi looking for back-to-back wins. He dominated the Charlotte Road. He was the guy to beat. Not only that, he took over the points lead last week. With only 3 rounds remaining at the time, he knew his odds are only getting stronger. Look at Voigt getting up on the wheel. Voigt is a wheelman, not wasting no time. He has not only ran down Alan Robertson, he has also called Donnie Moffitt. He's going to try to get the 2-for-1 deal here momentarily and manipulate his way into the top 5. Just think what it could be right now for Lincoln Voigt if he didn't blow the start of the race. All over the back bumper of Robertson. How is he going to find his way around him? He's waiting for the door to open. He doesn't want to force it. Here he comes to the inside. I think it's going to be enough to get the pass done. He's going to have to outbrake him. This is the same corner he made his last pass in. He drove in so deep here, and he's going to do it again. Just outbraking his competition. Put Lincoln Voigt up to the 6th position now. Here is William Wallace as he has caught 2 cars in front of him. We got more action on the track. This is the battle for the 14th position. As I said, clean day so far. We haven't seen any trouble yet. Into the grass goes Spencer Jaeger. Off track goes Andrew. And now they're side by side. This could get ugly. Could be an opportunity to see 3 wide. William Wallace says, I'm faster than both you guys. Let me by. You're holding me up. Such a passing opportunity ahead. We're going to see the 27 of Spencer dive it in. He's going to look for the rotation. He's going to get the pass done. Spencer gets the pass, and he's going to bring William Wallace with him. Andrew down 2 positions. This battle is only heating up right now. So many passing opportunities from Rudskogen. This is such an iconic track. Anyone that don't know anything about Rudskogen, we are learning as we continue. This is an iconic track in the world. The cool thing about doing some of these global races is you get to race at some of these tracks, like Norway we are currently at right now. This is a track that Hallie really wanted on the schedule. I gave it to him, and it's not disappointing. It's putting on a heck of a show so far. Thomas Bellman not letting the leader get away. I'm curious who's going to be the first to show their cards here. Look at this. Lincoln Voigt has made it to the rear bumper of Donnie Moffitt. Going for 5th now. Voigt is moving. He has found his way to the inside, and he's going to get the pass done. Put Lincoln Voigt to the 5th position. He fell down to about 10th or 12th when we dropped the green flag, and now he has worked his way all the way to 5th. Contact as Donnie Moffitt just gave him the bumper. 31 minutes remaining. The big question is now, how long can he make it on fuel? Fuel mileage is going to become an issue soon, as we're going to see a lot of cars hit pit road for 2 tires and fuel. Mendoza running 3rd currently. Beautiful red machine, looks fast. Mendoza, another driver looking to win, and now the window is open for Lincoln Voigt. If he can just get some help from Donnie Moffitt, they will have the opportunity to go run down the top 4. Bumper to bumper here. Not a lot changing with the top 4, but I'm curious about 5 seconds back being Lincoln Voigt. Will he be able to run him down, or will he need more help? we have to wait to that first pit stop. I think Lincoln Voigt may have the opportunity to get a podium finish. I think his window for a win may be slim to none, but he may just prove me wrong. Moffitt, such an aggressive driver. Always up on the wheel, always showing entertainment around here. 29 minutes remaining. Trevor Thompson making some ground there, sneaking his way back into the picture. We got battles all over this racetrack. Very loose goes William Wallace, dead sideways that time by in his 810 machine. What a save that was. Look at this. Tokyo drift almost into the outside wall. We got a spinner. It is Logan Wilson around. He's going to try and merge back up onto the track here. That was wild. Back with William Wallace now, running in the 16th position. Such a clean day so far. We have finally seen a spinner. It was Logan Wilson. So much will change here before the end. Side by side. Trevor Thompson trying to pounce on Alan Robertson. Avery Mendoza has been yet to win in this series. Will tonight be the night? Thomas Bellman running in the second position. Has a great draft behind Bradis. I don't think he's going to pounce until that first pit stop. We have seen this strategy take place all season. It seems like the second place car never wants to try a pounce until they get that first pit stop out of the way. That pit stop normally breaks up the field, and you find out who's really going to show their cards and be a contender. But I think Bellman, if I was to bet on a winner here, I'm betting Bellman. I think Bellman's my pick. I really think Bellman's going to be the guy I beat here. I think he's going to run second. I think when the clock strikes 10 minutes remaining, he's going to pull the pin out of the grenade, drop the hammer, and cold trickle that baby to the front. But I'm not counting out Samuel Segui. I feel like this is one of the smartest races I've seen Samuel run all season, although he has won many races this season. I feel like this is the first time where we have seen him just be patient. And why we're seeing him be more patient in this race is he knows that he has the points lead. He knows he's the guy to beat for the championship. He knows no mistakes, that championship is his. There's one drop week. He used it at Daytona. He cannot afford another drop. He has to survive the next 3 weeks. He can't have another mistake this season. He's leading the points. He has to be mistake-free. And right now, the best thing for him is to finish third or fourth. If you can win, great, but get out of these races alive. Samuel Segui is a smart driver. He went for the win at Daytona, round number 1, made a mistake. Well, got caught up into a wreck on the final lap while going for the win. And unfortunately, he got set back at the start of the season. But that actually turned out to be one of the best things for him, because he knew from that point on, all he had to do was survive, win as many races as possible, and gain them points back. That's exactly what he's done. Now, going back to the margin here, we're not seeing Lincoln Voigt really gain. And I think why is he's not getting the drafting help he wants. I think he has the pace, but them 4 cars up front drafting, this is exactly what they want to see. They all want to work together. They all want to race together. They all want to go bumper to bumper here and break away from the field and say, hey, Why are we letting these guys behind us run us down when we can all work as a team here, cut it down to 4, and we're all going to get a bunch of points coming to the end of this race? But as I said earlier, as soon as we hit that first pit stop, this work together plan is out the window. How cool would it be to see Brightest be victorious? And I know having a mirror full of Thomas Bellman can't be too satisfying. You have one of the most aggressive drivers on your rear bumper right now. You have the fastest driver on your rear bumper right now. You know there's not much you can do to keep him behind you when he decides to strike. And when he does strike, what do you do from there on out is going to be the question. Action is picking up. Top 4 are all together. Avery Mendoza going to work for 3rd. I'm thinking Mendoza might be one of the first drivers to pounce here. Although he has been very satisfied, I think he's one of the first drivers that's going to pounce on the top 2. We're seeing the aggression level pick up. We're seeing Bellman really try to get a little closer here with 23 minutes remaining. Past weeks, we have seen the fuel window open a little bit under 20 minutes remaining. I don't think it's going to be long. And I think one of these top 4 is going to be the first to hit pit road. Using up all the curving that time by was Brightest. Lincoln Voigt still 6 seconds back. It's almost like he's losing time. He has lost nearly a second now. Cameron McLean up 1 position, running 11th. Trying to run a very smart race on his end. It's been a flawless race by the competitors here today. Very sideways goes Avery Mendoza, picking the back tires out. The 811 machine, here we go. Looking to the inside that time was Thomas Bellman. He looked, and who got defensive was Brightest. He made sure that he threw a big block to the outside and said, nope, you're not getting by me. 22 minutes remaining. It's crazy how close the racing has been here tonight. I don't think I've seen closer racing all season. Trevor Thompson around. He's going to spin. Stopped in a horrible place. He's hoping no traffic is going to get into him. He's going to refire. What a dangerous place to be sitting. Luckily, he's not going to lose any positions, and he's going to hang on to 6. But Noel Dean is gaining fast. Let's talk a little bit about Noel Dean. She has worked her way up to 7th. She qualified 10th, been gaining position since the drop of the green flag, about to knock on the door of the 6th position, and I think she's gonna get it. The only female driver on the grid is sculling the field right now, running in position number 7. She's all over Trevor Thompson. She sees blood in the water as he just spun out. He knows his tires are dirty, and he also knows he doesn't want to make the same mistake again. You got the fast pink machine approaching the rear bumper of Trevor Thompson. Just looking for a passing opportunity. Dean using every inch of this racetrack. The leaders are on pit road. Bellman in the pits. Mendoza in the pits. Thompson headed to pit road. No, Dean headed to pit road. The pits are getting busy here as we're going to take a look at Thomas Bellman on pit road. Let's see if he's going to get off pit road fast here. The field is getting shuffled. Bellman in the pits. He's going to have to win the race off pit road. He's off. Trying to win the battle. He's going to lose a position on pit road as they're going to come up ghosted inside of each other almost identically. He's going to lose a position to Avery Mendoza. Soon as they get disconnected, this could be big. Mendoza is going to potentially take the lead here. That was a dangerous exit by the number 3 of Bellman. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to get a penalty for that. He cut it close. He's going to pull to the inside. He's ready to pounce. What a camera shot. Bellman is going to retake the lead here. Now, will this turn to the lead for him? We're going to have to wait and see if Brightus and Sagu are going to pit soon. But right now, this is when Thomas Bellman flips the switch. This is when he flips the script and goes for the win. That's what he's doing right now. It may not look like it as he's in the 10th position, but everyone in front of him still needs to hit pit road. What he's going to want right now is the help behind him. The next two leaders are hitting the pits now together. Now the field is broken up. Sagi, Brightus, both on pit road. This could be the race for the win right here. Look at the ground Lincoln Voigt has made up. You don't want to overslide it. You don't want to make a mistake. Who's going to win the race off? And we got to watch the gap with Bellman. Bellman 2 seconds behind the leader. Bellman may take the lead here. Will Bellman beat the cars who are currently in the pits? Let's watch. It's going to be close here. They're firing off pit road now. But Bellman is going to gap them by a large margin. Put Thomas Bellman to the point as he has gapped the competitors behind him. And now Bellman looking for yet again another win for Gobbler. This Virginia Tech team has been on it since the start of the season, and they are still on it. Mendoza running 5th currently, but he knows this is the battle for the win. Can Mendoza win his first race of the season? Avery Mendoza sideways, giving it every inch of the racetrack right now. Noel Dean is sideways. Noel Dean goes around, spinner. Will this be contact with anyone else? The 205, such a strong day she was on. We were just bragging on her. And now she's going to loop the car around, dropping all the way down to the 13th position. It still looks promising for a top 10 run for her, but she's going to have to gather it up for the next 17 minutes. Bellman up to 4th, but he's leading the race out of everyone who has hit the pits. Mendoza not letting Bellman get away. And we are also seeing Brightus begin to reel these guys in, only 2 seconds off. Brightus led since the start of the drop of the green flag, set on the pole, led every lap. Soon as he hit the pits, he lost it. Bellman is in the best position right now. Wyatt Roberts yet to pit, staying out in the 42 machine. He's running 3rd. Any moment now, this race can still change. So much action in this race on the track. Mendoza really trying to bring the fight to Bellman. We haven't seen anyone really bring the fight to him all season. Will tonight be the night that someone finally does? How do you force the hand of the most dominant driver in the series? Well, we're going to find out as Avery Mendoza is going to try to prove Thomas Bellman is human. That's been the saying the past couple weeks, as everyone's just trying to prove that he is beatable. As Thomas Bellman was able to show up for the other 2 races this season, he would be absolutely running away with the championship right now. Under 0.3 of a second off is Mendoza. Trying to get aggressive, trying to use every inch of this racetrack to his advantage. When you're following in the tire tracks that closely, you see when the brakes light up. You can take notes. You can see where Thomas Bellman is gaining time at, where you need to send it in deeper, where you need to back it up more. And I'm sure Avery Mendoza, being the smart driver he is, has been taking notes since the drop of the green flag. You see him hopping turns around here, hopping corners. Can Mendoza be the driver to seal the deal? Trevor Thompson, he says, I'm running this baby dry. He's going to stay out as long as he can in that level 3 machine. We've seen him make a mistake earlier and spin it out. He says, I want my TV time. I want to show that I am a front runner and I can go out and win these races. As he leads right now with 15 minutes remaining, but he's still yet to pit. Whoa, spinner in front of the leader. Luckily, Trevor Thompson survived it. That's not a great place to be sitting as we got a car stopped. Everyone's going to get around for now. It is lap traffic that went around. It is a 37 of David Wilson that time by. He's going to spin right there. Sitting in the middle of the track, very blind corner. You don't want to get wiped out as you're trying to turn your car around. We have seen that happen too many times this season. It's going to get fired up here right in front of Thomas Bellman. Not what you want to see is Thomas Bellman either. Wyatt Roberts, another driver. It's going to be interesting to see where these guys cycle out at when it becomes time to hit the pits. Mendoza is there. He's getting closer. But will he have the car or the speed to go win it? Here he comes. He's looking to the inside. That is a maneuver that a lot of drivers use on road courses. You'll look low in hopes that you'll get the leader mirror driving. You'll look low in hopes that it will make them think they're about to get dive bombed. Next thing you know, the leader will slip up and make a mistake. It's a head game, but it's one used by many racers. And that is what the mirror of Thomas Bellman is currently seeing. Nothing but pressure. I don't think anyone thought Avery Mendoza was going to bring the fight to Bellman here today. But he is with 13 minutes remaining. Bellman on the rumble strips. Bellman in the grass. He's pushing it, giving it every inch. Very different brake markers between the top two. Side by side for the lead. They're leading on one another. Mendoza seen a window, and he is going for it. Mendoza to the bottom groove. Side by side for the lead. This is going to be a race right here. Can Avery Mendoza take it on the outside? He's going to bum her in deep, but Bellman is going to outbrake him. He went a bit too wide, but now we know the cards of Avery Mendoza. We know he has something for the leader, just waiting for the right opportunity. Mendoza's going to look for the passing opportunity around here. When and where will it be? I think if you're Mendoza, you just got to take notes right now. You got to take notes of where you're gaining time and where you're losing time. Unfortunately, he lost a lot of time going for the lead. I hope that's not it for the battle, but it just may be. Lincoln Voigt has found his way around Donnie Moffitt, moving himself into the 4th position. Nice anime machine for the number 14 of Lincoln Voigt. 11 minutes remaining. Nothing but pressure on his rear bumper. What a design for this car. The cool thing about the iRacing community is it has deep levels to it. From the painters, to the race control, to the producers, to the commentators, to the streamers, to the racers, to the team owners. It's as close as you can get to real life racing. Down the front straightaway. Now under 11 minutes remaining, we have seen a few cars hit pit road. Thomas Bellman now up to second, waiting for Wyatt Roberts to be next to hit pit road. Bellman is on fire right now. Wyatt, although it says he's top of the chart, he's been yet to pit and he will be shuffled. We're seeing some drivers take some pretty big hits here after pitting. Trevor Thompson has fallen to the 10th position after hitting pit road. Donnie Moffitt on cruise control. This is the battle for what should be the 5th position. I know Bridus wanted more out of his race. He's currently running third side by side. So it appears Matthew is going to pick up a position as Cameron McLean may be a bit off pace there. The other Gobbler teammate trying to fuel things up here. The chat says insane drone footage. Absolutely. McLean bringing the fight. I love the big Virginia Tech decals on the hood of that race car. I'll say Gobbler brings some of the cleanest paint schemes in the CRS Sim Racing Championship every single time, without a doubt. Matthew trying to pounce on McLean. He's there. Will he try to look to the inside, or will he give him a nice little bump draft? He's going to find his way to the inside, but it's not going to be enough to get the pass done, as we are going to see Matthew hang on to that position. What action on this racetrack currently. 9 minutes remaining. Wyatt Roberts is really stretching the fuel mileage. It makes me question how much farther can he go. No shot he makes it to the end, but it's not going to stop him from trying in car number 42. I'll be very shocked if he doesn't hit the pits here in the next coming laps. He might just be saying, my bed is made and my faith is decided. Wyatt Roberts leading right now, but only 3 seconds back is Thomas Bellman. Now we are seeing Mendoza begin to reel him in just a little bit, but he's going to have to really go to work to get back to his rear bumper. Mendoza running third. Trying to gain ground. Now we're going to see Wyatt Roberts finally come to pit road, turning the lead over to Thomas Bellman. Wyatt is going to drop a lot of positions here. I think he just ran it a bit too long. I think he's probably going to go fuel only here, as he's going to hit the pits. I would be very shocked if he puts tires on it. He is putting tires on it for the last 7 minutes. He must feel he has a little something left in that car. Doesn't lose a lot of time, so you might as well put 2 on. Mendoza, 0.8 off. He's about to bring the fight to Thomas Bellman. He just threw that baby in. We're seeing the back end start to step out a little bit on Thomas Bellman. That tells me he's pushing it. Bellman trying to get the absolute most out of it. This has been the closest race Bellman has had all season. Spinner! Laps car right in front of the leaders. That was dangerous. What a move for Bellman to get around that one. Thomas Ashby is going to lose it right there in front of the leaders. Fortunately, he locked it down, didn't try to pull out in front of the leaders, and Bellman missed it by mere inches because Thomas Ashby backed it down and elected to just sit there rather than move. Smart call by Thomas. Thomas has his hands full right now. I think he's probably going to call it quits here soon. What a spin right there. He's going to keep that baby going in the 18th position. Still moving. Definitely not the day he wanted. But there's always next week as we head into Sebring. One of the most iconic tracks in America. For the first time ever, we are going to be headed there with the CRS Sim Racing Championship. Donnie Moppick and Lincoln Voigt has not gone too far away from each other. This is the closest battle currently on the racetrack. McLean also, he's been fighting all day. We've seen him bounce around from 12th to 11th to 12th to 11th, back to 12th. Donnie Moffitt definitely applying the pressure to Lincoln Voigt currently. Cool thing about these Mazdas are you can really push them and not worry too much about the tire wear. The rotation with them are insane as they are so lightweight and just such good race cars. We're going to see McLean go for a pass here. He's going to get to the inside, and that's going to put Gobbler Racing back up to 11th with Cameron McLean. 5 minutes remaining. He's trying to cut that track as low as he can. Bit of a connection issue there. Try as more of these guys aren't having connection issues. If you live in the southeast like I do, it's been storming for what feels like the past 3 weeks now. Cameron McLean doing a great job holding off Wyatt Roberts. Now, Bellman has been able to open the gap a little bit since that spinner popped up, but not by much. I'm not giving the win to Bellman quite yet. Side by side, Trevor Thompson. He's going to get around Logan Wilson. Logan has had an up and down, very bumpy day. Went around once, but no damage on that car. He's going to try to do a bump draft in here down the front straightaway. Round number 6 has not disappointed. Hopping some curbs around here for Logan Wilson. We are seeing the gap between the leaders kind of bounce around between second to 1.1 to 1.2. Doesn't seem like Bellman's breaking away. Could we see one final charge here? Sagu, like I said earlier, he just needed a good points day. He's won so many races this season. What he needs to do, if you can get third, great. If not, get out of here alive and continue your championship run. I think we're going to see Sanyo Sagi maybe not give it his 100% for this position. I think he's probably going to take it pretty easy. Think big picture. That's sometimes very challenging to do as a race car driver. You want to give it 100% every lap, and sometimes that's when you're at your most comfortable. But Sagi knows one mistake, one slip up, and it may not even be of his doing. Maybe I spoke too soon. We've seen it right there. I talked about that move earlier, where you will look low, try to throw off your competitor. He's trying to play some head games right now. He's trying to force Bradis into a mistake. I don't know if Bradis is going to crack. He may. We are seeing Avery Mendoza begin charging. He's running down Thomas Bellman. He's gained about 2/10 on him. Sagi all over him. The battle for third is on. He's going to look to the inside. Look at the brake lights on. Can Sagi get the pass done with 2.5 minutes remaining? It's not going to be long. We will be seeing the white flag. The action here tonight. On the outside now, he's looking. He's trying to just look around. Two minutes remaining. Where becomes the white flag potentially next time by. Let's see if the leaders take the white flag here. Takes about 1:33 to get around here. And I believe we are going to get the white flag next time by here. So 2 laps to go officially. Next time by will be the white flag. Side by side, Sagi now looking to the bottom. This could be wild. I spoke earlier. Don't make a mistake. Don't sacrifice the championship. Sagi throws that out the window as he's looking to gain any and every point possible. Sagi ready to pounce. He's going to try the bottom contact. The battle for third is really heating up. Sagi bringing the fight to Bradis. Rudskogen has not disappointed. Bradis around. Bradis has went around. Sagi got the position he desired. And we are going to see Thomas Bellman come to the white flag. But look, there's pressure behind him. Avery Mendoza is there. They're going to be coming to the white flag this time. Mendoza might be able to pounce on him. This could be one of the biggest finishes in CRS history. 17 seconds remaining. Will they see the white flag? They will. 1 lap to go. One more opportunity for Avery Mendoza. Running second. Can he do it? Can he pounce? Can he make the move? Mendoza has ran down more than a second on Thomas Bellman. Mendoza closing the window. He's going to have a couple shots here to make it happen. Headed into turn number 3. Such a good passing opportunity, but he just isn't close enough. Half a second off. He's right there, trying to force Thomas Bellman into a mistake. Are we going to see Mendoza have anything for him? Half a lap to go. Avery Mendoza looking for his first win. He has tightened the gap. Mendoza is one pass away from being victorious. Running out of opportunities, only 2 more shots here. Headed into turn 12. He's gonna bum it in deep. Through turn 13 and 14 will be his final shot. He threw her in, but it's not gonna be enough. Thomas Bellman will not be denied for round number 6 of the CRS Sim Racing Championship. He wins at Rudskogen. What a day! What a race! Congratulations, Thomas Bellman. He says, "You thought this championship run was over? I will show you." Bradis spun there post-race. We've seen Bradis retake the 3rd position. A couple teammates slowing here. Little congratulation taps on their end. What a race. We have post-race interviews coming up for the top 3. Bellman, Mendoza, Bradis rounds them out. We're going to start by bringing in Avery Mendoza. Avery, you are class of the field all day.
Oh, man.
Charge come the end.
Oh, I don't know. I'm always bad about strategy in these races, but I was thinking about going in that lap, and I see Thomas pull off, and I knew I made the right decision. And it worked out pretty well for us. The undercut got us out ahead 2 seconds, and I thought I'd be able to keep up with him. I didn't think I'd be able to get a run on him, and I finally got a chance to get beside him and just sent it too hard into the corner and got a slow down, but tried to make my way back up there. Didn't quite have enough pace left, but oh, what a fun race.
Do you feel like you could have done anything different there? I mean, that run from 1.1 second back to his rear bumper came quick. How do you think you caught him that quick, and do you feel you could have done anything different?
I don't know. This was my first time driving the Miata at this track, and it started kind of coming to me throughout the race, and I think I was starting to make a few mistakes, feeling the pressure there at the end. Those little mistakes cost me a few tenths here and there, but it was a good effort, I think, and happy with the P2.
With the P2, congratulations on the run. Avery Mendoza on the podium.
Thanks, y'all.
Next up, we're going to bring in Bradis. Bradis, you started on the pole. You look to be the dominant car. You led the first half of the race. How did things unravel from the pit stop to the end, and how did you rebound to get all the way back up to 3rd?
Yeah, so one thing I noticed when I was pitting is that Samuel gained like 6 or like 6, maybe up to 8 tenths on the pit entry. So, I mean, I guess I didn't know it as well as I thought I did. And then secondly, somehow when I came out, Avery and Thomas just were, another extra second on top of that quicker than me. So, yeah, not sure what happened there. My pit service was 15.5 seconds instead of the regular 14.5 for some reason.
And then you got a little racy there with Sagu. Tell me about that. You got very sideways there at one point, and then tell me about the rebound.
Yeah, just kind of Didn't expect him to jump in there on my inside. Got spun. Um, and he texted me later and said he'll let me pass. So thank you for that.
Well, it sounds like there's definitely a bit of a friendly rivalry there between you two, and glad everything's on good terms. And racing these guys every week, it's only a matter of time when you're going 100 miles per hour, 150 miles per hour, that eventually, when you're playing by inches, things can go wrong. And good to see the respect levels in this series. Congratulations on the position number 2. Got some momentum. What's the thought process going in a Sebring?
Not sure. I haven't tried it yet, so can't really say much.
There we go.
I've
Looking
never-
forward to it.
Yeah, I've pretty much never driven Sebring here, so it'll be interesting.
Well, congratulations, Brightus on the podium.
Thank you.
We're going to bring in our winner, Thomas Bellman. Missed last week to what I would assume was some real-life racing. Although the championship may have got a little harder to grab, you're still ending up right back into victory lane. Walk me through the day, because it seems like they brought you a heavier fight in this one.
Yeah, so no, today was a lot difficult, that's for sure. I mean, it's definitely not ideal to go into it with only a couple laps of practice, but next time we'll know to just prep a little bit more. But yeah, no, Avery, he gave me a run for the money. I was looking at that distance the entire last 10 laps, and it was getting closer and closer, and just waiting for the race to end there. But yeah, no, it was a good race, trying to manage a lot of the fuel and the tires early on, and then I ended up just overfueling by 3 laps, so kind of screwed up on the pit stop there. But in the end, we had the pace at first and then started losing a little bit at the end. But we kind of kept it together and got the win.
Absolutely. What a race that was. Do you feel the championship battle is over, and is this wins from here on out, or do you still got hope in it?
To be honest, I think it's probably over. I'm gonna be at IMSA next week, so I don't think I can make the next event. And I think the one afterwards, I'm also gonna be at Homestead for real life racing. So at this point, I'm just doing it for fun. Trying to represent Galway Racing, showing people what we're made of, and trying to keep racking up the wins here and there if we can put it together. So that's what we're here for. But I'm really glad to be part of this championship, and it's fun competing with these guys.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Thomas Bellman, on the win, and Gobbler Racing.
Appreciate you guys.
What a battle this one was. I'm DLB TV. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in tonight. And I'll catch you guys same time next week from CB.